My kids knew about my wife's affair and helped her cover it up. I can't believe it's been a year since my original post. Some days it feels like it just happened yesterday, and others I feel like it's always happened. There was never a before. My soon-to-be ex-wife, Julie 50F, and I are still going through the divorce proceedings. We were forced to do a 6-month legal separation before we could start the divorce. I moved back home after a week and a half at my brother's. I served her with the legal separation a week later to ensure I had reestablished that our house was still my home location. The terms were absolute hell. We had 1 year left on the mortgage, so whoever was going to stay at the house was supposed to pay the full amount for the year. Of course, because she had been a stay-at-home mom 20 years ago until Maddie started pre-K, her decision that I was against. She used that against me, and she was allowed to stay at the house, but we split the mortgage. I ended up moving into a 1-bedroom apartment. That's where I'm writing this now. Maddie and I made up somewhat quickly. She came to the house and refused to leave until I talked to her. She didn't throw a fit or anything. She just wouldn't leave. This went on for a couple weeks. Her boyfriend was annoyed. He kept coming over and hated the awkwardness, but she would just say in front of Julie and I that she would not return to their apartment until she and I were talking again. At the time was really annoying. I hated being there, and Julie and I were fighting over the legal separation. But I eventually unleashed some frustration onto Maddie, and she told me how she found out. Apparently, at an actual girls' dinner 2 weeks prior to my finding out, Julie was quite drunk and let it slip. Alice tried to stop her but couldn't. Alice and Julie begged her to keep quiet until Julie could come clean to me. Maddie was crying as she said this and told me she now realizes that her mom had no intention of ever telling me. The girls' dinner lie was the first time she had lied to me about the affair, and according to her mom, she was going to break it off with the AP and then tell me that night. We were both crying, and Julie came in trying to defend herself, and I unleashed all of my anger. I yelled like I had never done before. Maddie even had to calm me down. She didn't just manipulate me, she straight up used at least one of our daughters. It was unforgivable. That's when I just agreed to the mortgage split to get Maddie and I out of that house. Maddie moved back in with her BF that night, and I found my current apartment. Maddie decorated it for me. Alice and I, unfortunately, are not on speaking terms. After the fallout, her fiancé called me and asked what was going on. He suspected that she was cheating. I told him that I had no reason to suspect that she was cheating, but that my wife had cheated on me, and Alice knew before me. Not sure exactly what happened next, but it ended in them breaking up. Alice blames me, saying I should not have told him anything. Since coming to my apartment in tears and blaming me for everything, she blocked me and we haven't spoken. I was able to get some money back from vendors I had dealt with directly, but I know Alice kept some of the money for herself. I still have no idea how long Alice knew of the affair, and her lack of remorse likely means we will never have a relationship again. Alice and Julie are currently living together at the house. Julie is openly dating her boss now. He left and went to another firm when I caught them, scared he would lose his job. I'm embarrassed to say I am jealous. Not of the two of them. They will implode, I'm sure, but jealous of not being lonely. Maddie has been encouraging me to go out and helped me set up a dating profile. So awkward. She then called me a weirdo when my first match was with a 33-year-old single mom. We have a date planned for next week that Maddie encouraged me to go on, but I'm just not sure I'm ready to start over.